Hey, how you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. I've been better.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's my heart. You know, since I was in the hospital, it's still kind of bugging. They said I
You
have
been back?
severe coronary artery disease.
Severe coronary artery disease.
Pretty goody. Huh?
That doesn't sound like fun, buddy.
No, no, and it kind of scary because sometimes I get heart palpitations and this and that. So it's kind of got me on edge, which doesn't help either to get anxious on top of that. And then it's like a vicious cycle. So, and they got me on a whole pile of new meds and et cetera, et cetera. It's
So have you been back in the hospital, or this is just the
no,
every?
it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but and Bobby and I broke up, and she's living with her daughter in Alabama. So
Well, I'm sorry, Don.
yeah, 5.5 years.
Well, geez, that's that's not a chapter you want to start, but man.
So
So you there by your lonesome?
yeah, just me and my dog.
We'll have to get you out some.
What?
I said we'll have to make sure you get out some.
Yeah, well, I'm working here and there. So I'm walking. We're starting cardiac rehab Thursday. So then, till then, I've been kind of holding off on doing much exercise except walk the dog. So that'll be good. Maybe
Yeah,
that'll.
dogs are good for that.
Yeah.
You got to walk
Oh,
them. Hey, Brian.
yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how are you doing, Don?
I've been better, Brian. I was just telling Tom that they get me diagnosed now with severe coronary artery disease.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's just my heart always is feeling kind of weird. And I was getting a lot of palpitations today and stuff. But I start cardiac rehab Thursday, so hopefully that'll get me feeling better.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, so so I can live a little bit longer. The whole thing scared the heck out of me.
We hope it's a really long time, Don.
Huh?
Yeah.
We hope it's a really long time. I
Yes.
mean, the good news is, I mean, geez, medicine can do wonders.
Yeah, and that's all they can do because they did a heart cath and they found a restriction, but it was too small to angioplasty or put a stent or anything. So they just have to treat it medically with, different meds. We'll see what happens.
Hello, Pete.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
you.
Oh, good.
Maybe.
Hey, Don, did you get the email I sent you?
Yeah, about the Battle of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't get in. I've reenacted it several times in the past, but this time no. After that stint in the hospital, I was just telling Brian and Tom that they have me diagnosed as severe coronary artery disease. So they classified as severe. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any more reenacting. I start cardiac rehab Thursday. So hopefully.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought you might find that interesting.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm an old reenactor from way back. And like I said, I've done the Battle of Atlanta 3 or 4 times. And it's always a blast. I love it. Can't really do it anymore, I guess. I still got all my stuff and my equipment and my musket and uniform and tent and the whole shebang.
How is Ray?
Huh?
How is Ray?
Ray
Why?
Wozniak?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Chugging along. I saw him go, I don't know, late last week. We got together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's very ill with congestive heart failure and COPD and diabetes and way overweight and yada yada, but he keeps chugging along.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Brian, how's your family this week?
Uh, doing pretty good this week.
Hey, Catherine sent me pictures from the district meeting. She said it shows you getting a certificate of appreciation from Steve. What was that for?
That was one of the it may have been a camp certificate.
Okay, we had two people gave you a certificate, a bearded man and a woman. I thought that was a camp certificate.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at the picture, and then maybe I can tell you.
Well, I'll post them up after sometime tonight. Post them up on the LCI site. All right.
Okay.
Try and get them over to the Lawrenceville Gmail account as well.
All right.
Pete, you're on your phone today instead of your computer?
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to answer Andrew.
I was gonna say we can't see you.
No, he
We
can't.
We normally get to see you.
You notice I got my headset on tonight.
No, we don't notice that. We can't see you.
We can't see you. Your
Well, I don't know
camera
why
is on.
not. I can see you.
Okay. Your camera
No,
must be off.
whatever.
Well, you hadn't missed much anyway.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I sent.
Let's see if I can get you on here. I just hit turn the camera on, but I don't think it's cooperating.
Oh well.
So the game ended up doing pretty well. We just lost.
You know, you win some, you lose some. That's part of the game.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
There's our singing star.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
Making
come on.
mistakes.
You're selling yourself short, Catherine.
Tom,
You're-
I feel so bad y'all had to leave.
Why? She was going to leave anyway because her back was bothering her.
Yeah.
But I was going to stay, but then she kind of wrenched her back, and I decided I'd go with her just in case.
Yeah, no, Bill told me she'd hurt herself. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, she it's bothering her a little bit, but she's getting better.
Good. Good.
I think she had a good time talking with everybody.
Hey, Catherine.
I really enjoyed her company.
Pete said hi, Catherine.
Oh, hi, Pete.
How you doing?
I'm here.
Me
All right,
too.
it's 7 o'clock. Let's go.
All righty.
Sure, Pete wants to get ice cream. All right, so hey, let's see.
Well, I just literally finished making some updates to registrations and stuff because my email went untouched last week with me being on jury duty.
Oh, good. So I looked at it about 45 minutes ago, so it's been updated since then.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I saw Jordan
Yep.
signed up for foursome.
Yep.
Camille called me. He hopes to participate, but he may not be able to. He's going to let me know for sure in 2 weeks.
Okay, fair enough.
And he'll do something similar to what he did last time if they do.
Okay, around 500.
Yeah. We have a new pro at the Trophy Club.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's why I copied you. His name's Brant Ruckert.
Okay.
Tyler is gone. He went on to other things. And Cliff is spending all his time at Hamilton Mill.
Ah,
Okay.
So Brant is the guy we'll be working with. And
so
I gave you
Brant's
your
doing
information
both
as well.
jobs?
Pardon?
Brant's doing both his and Cliff's job?
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I
Okay.
don't know for sure. I haven't heard from Kathy about the LPGA golf, not LPGA,
Okay,
women golfers yet.
okay.
Trophy Club is going to send out emails for us
Awesome.
next week.
Awesome.
And I'm spending all day tomorrow sending out postcards and calling businesses.
Okay.
Pretty goody.
That covers my part. I think. I was trying to. Oh, I saw Bluebell signed up.
Yes, we got their money.
Good deal.
Right now, there's only one registered golfer or team that I don't have money from, but I already knew that because I made a deal with Chris Sullivan at the game.
All right.
He's bringing a team.
Awesome.
So he sat behind me during the game, so we got to talking, and I convinced him he needed to play, and told him I'd work him a deal if he would bring a team. So I told him I'd give him the sponsor pricing. And so he said, okay, I said, he said, can I bring you a check? I said, that's fine. I said, I know where to find you. So, not a problem. If our second vice district governor no shows or doesn't bring me a check, then he's gonna find out the hard way, not to tell me something and then don't do it. But I went ahead and added Chris, so we had our numbers. So I had a solid count. So as of right now, we have 49 first responders registered.
Okay.
So it leaves us 23 spots. So we still got some room. We have, what I'm super excited about is we have 25 registered golfers, paid golfers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's fantastic.
But right now we're at where that's all we had last year, wasn't it? Quite close to that.
Yeah, we're getting close to last year's number, but and assuming that I know we're going to give the 72 spots away. So assuming that, yeah, we're inching very close to where we were last year.
Yeah, I'll send another email to fill up those spots.
And I've got to send my reminders out to the sponsors we had that were my clients. So I need to bug them, and I've got a few new ones I want to bug. This morning on Alignable, I got a request to connect with someone from the law office of Gary Martin Hayes.
Get out of here.
Right.
That's a big law firm.
Yes, it is. So already sent her a little note. Thanks so much for connecting. I asking if she, is familiar with Lions. So waiting to hear back from her on that. So that was rather exciting. One of my fellow jurors is a gentleman who serves on several board of directors for like the Shepherd Center and some big rolling organizations. So I made sure he got a postcard.
Good.
And said, because he was talking about he's retired, he plays golf, and I'm like, so you ever play up in Nakula? Ever want to play up in Nakula? So he took a postcard and said he'd look at the dates. I'm like, cool. He was super nice. And I even handed the judge one on my way out. So, because the judge lives in Gwinnett County. So.
Oh, good deal.
Couldn't hurt.
I called, I don't know that it'll go anywhere, but I called Rhonda and said, Rhonda, we really need some help. Send us some of the your legal brethren to play.
Okay. I did see the other one that came in today, and I know Pete will want to know this. We got a donation this year from Thompson Sweeney.
All right, I
Instead of
checked, I went
sponsorship.
in there, I stopped in today, but I didn't get to talk with Lee, so I didn't know if he sent anything or not.
He actually did it today. But what he sent a note with it and said, instead of doing a sponsorship, they just wanted to donate money so to go towards the first responders fees.
Okay.
So, so right now in donations, because we got a $500 donation from Pacific Paper, and
Wow.
then we got another $250 from Georgia Masonry. So, and then we've gotten a couple of 100s, 200s, you know, some little ones coming in, which they're all awesome. So we're at $1,425 in just in donations. So I'm feeling pretty good, because if we get it, you know, if that continues, then I'm not going to panic over not having a lunch sponsor. So, because that'll cover the cost of the lunch.
Yeah.
But I have not had anyone contact me and complain about the price. And I've definitely bumped it up this year to help cover breakfast, and, you know, so that we could make it more inclusive. So far, so good.
There will not be breakfast this year from the club.
Ruh-roh, Rorge.
Well, we ought to be clear to do it with somebody else, though.
Yeah.
He said that they've restructured things, and he said he may have said I can pretty much guarantee, but he made me believe we're not good. That won't happen this year.
Okay, so the next, I guess, during the month of September, I need to talk to Chick-fil-A or somebody.
Sure.
So we've promised them a breakfast. We didn't tell them what.
Right.
So.
At least we didn't tell them what.
True. I think I was talking to Keith Fitzpatrick, I think it was. He called me this week, one of the firefighters, and wanted to get the code, the promo code. And I was talking to him about it, and I said, well, breakfast is going to be included this year. And he goes, oh, great. Okay. And I said, yeah, so we got that, you know, so we're trying to make it bigger and better for you guys. He goes, man, last year we had so much fun. I can't imagine it being any better. I said, hey, you know, don't knock it. We're going to try.
And it will be, the registration will either be at the front door or just inside the front door this year. They'll have to come through and go walk by us instead of going around the building in different ways.
Interesting. Okay.
He asked me if that would be okay. I said, okay.
As long as they don't mind us being set up in that entryway there. I mean.
So anyway, so we're.
Speaking of that, I don't know if it's written down or not, but I'm willing to do the same thing that I did last year, and making sure, you know, and making sure that people are registered on their names, or, you know, etc.
Good deal.
Okay. Good to know. Don, I hope we can count on you for that as well.
I'm sorry, I told you.
I said, are you willing to help do registration again this year?
I suppose. Yeah.
Well, we could put you in charge of the shoe washing.
No, you can't do that.
I'm happy to do registration. I'm doing little enough. I'm still working on Northside Hospital and my ophthalmologist. So.
Did Ryan have any progress with Topgolf? Did he say anything on Saturday?
Ryan and myself, he's supposed to get me the time. Right now, I am going with Ryan to Topgolf on Friday to meet with reps from the Georgia Swarm.
He invited me to that as well. I or at least he did at the as we were walking out the door of the last meeting.
Yeah. So he's the guy he met through the chamber that is a rep for the Swarm. He's supposed to be bringing his bosses, and he invited me to come. And while I am there, I will be finding me a manager.
Okay.
So that's my devious plan as it stands.
So then
And
the
so-
big thing we need to get done before the next meeting is get all our sponsors and stuff in place. And then the next meeting, we can talk about the details for that day, right?
Yeah, so what I want to do, and I should have time to do it tomorrow, Lord willing, is I will send back out the list of who we have. I guess you guys tell me, would you rather have a list of who we're missing from last year that you need to follow up with, or do you want to see the list of who we have and check it off yourself?
If you can send me a list that have paid and haven't paid, or you haven't heard from one way or the other, then I'll go follow up, because I've got several stops I made. And see, like today, I wasn't aware that Thompson had sent you something. And then the other guy that Tom talked about earlier, I had stopped by there and gave them a flyer also earlier on, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I wasn't aware that they had contacted you.
So you're talking about Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my deal is, if I've given them something, I don't want to be back like I did today. And
Okay, well,
but
Jordan
thing-
just signed up today.
okay.
Yeah, but all of this happened this afternoon, Pete.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe by going in to seeing if Lee was there today, that might have prompted him.
I'm hoping.
Because you just got it today, and I went by there about 2:00 or 2:30. I think it was.
It was late today. It was late in the day when I got it. So, so I will send out a list of who we're missing.
Okay.
I will send a list of who we need to follow up with.
Alexander Jewelers is going to be doing something. I just haven't heard back, but they have promised me that they're going to be doing something.
Okay.
It'll be nice if they do 2 holes again this year, and something people can bid on or want to buy or whatever. So we'll see.
Nope, that'll be great. Speaking of stuff for the raffle, at the end of the game Saturday night, Carlos came walking by, and I thanked him again for everything, and he and I got to do a little brainstorming together, and I need to follow up with him this week. But I think what I want to try to put together as a raffle prize is, since, like I said, I haven't been able to find another large testosterone-driven item to raffle off. But Carlos gave me the idea that maybe we put together a night at the Stripers. We get like 4 premium seats behind home plate, a gift card to have dinner, so that everybody can buy a beer and buy a hot dog, whatever, basically come and enjoy a night at the Stripers.
How much did we?
That'd be awesome.
How much did we? You remember how much we made from the suite last time? The raffle for that?
I can't remember.
Like $700, just short of $700. Kevin, do you know?
I wasn't involved with the raffle on the suite. That's
Okay.
before my time. So the
Because
suite.
I'd love for us to raffle that again. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, the problem is, like I said, we just didn't have the sales to back it up, and the suite's like $1,000.
I know. Well, it was $800 at the time. And
Yeah, it's gone up. It's like right at
That's
$1,000 for the suite.
That's not a surprise.
on president and his inflation.
Yeah. So, but we were kicking around the idea that maybe we could put something together, and I'm actually going to pitch it to the Swarm when I talk to them, is that rather than making it just the Stripers, why don't we try to make it like the ultimate Gwinnett sports package? So you get a game at the Stripers, you get a game at the Swarm, you get a game at the Glads.
Yeah.
You know, where the issue with it is that it would be a certificate because we would let them pick the game.
Right.
You know, but I love the idea of it.
It
That
sounds fantastic.
I think somebody would be willing to spend $20 to try to win 4 seats at the major sporting events, you know, that we have here in Gwinnett County.
That'd be awesome.
Gwinnett trifecta.
Cool. Before I forget it, I've still got that motorcycle helmet down in my garage.
Enjoy.
You better go get a motorcycle, Pete.
Well, if I have to put it on, if Judy gets upset with me, I will. But if I can find somebody that is looking for one, or, you know, I'll sell it to them and we'll put it in the kitty.
I honestly, Pete, I'd see if you could put it on Facebook Marketplace. Something like that, see if somebody's interested. But I will tell you, though, you know, if you put it that you're willing to sell it for $20, somebody will ask you if you want 5. It's like the ultimate scrounger's paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever wants to pay. You know, it's like going to a perpetual yard sale.
You know, I thought that
All
thing
the time.
might go last year. You know, maybe one of the police officers got a bike or something, you know, he could, but it didn't. So we'll find somebody down the road.
All right.
I do have a question for you, Tom.
Sure.
At our last, I believe it was the membership meeting, I gave you a deposit had the check from Beaver Toyota on it. And I asked you if you could make that deposit.
Ooh. Gavin, I think I'll let you down.
Uh-oh.
You won't let me down unless you don't have to check.
By the way, Catherine,
I got it.
they were taking up donations at the game the other day for people stopping by and getting hot dogs and stuff. They took in $142 or $7. I got to get to you.
Oh, okay. Then I won't write the check. Are we going to give that directly to the camp?
Yeah, that'll go to
Want to
the
use that
camp.
to cover our expenses?
No, I just go to the camp. That's what Brian
Okay.
Gordon said.
Okay. Yeah, because we owe the camp $284 from the ticket sales. I got that calculated this afternoon. And so I'll just wait and cut them one check
Okay.
as far as that goes. Pete, remind me, Jesse Hatchett at Exhibit Ale, he wanted me to call him about a foursome.
About what?
You wanted me to talk to him about, he wanted to play?
A flag?
No.
No, he bought a whole sponsorship from you, but you gave me his card and I thought you told me that he wanted to talk more about putting together a team to play.
Yeah, and I can't remember who that was right now. Did you say just now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exhibit A.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, Exhibit A. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's reached out to you or not.
He hasn't. That's why I'm trying to make my notes of
Okay.
who I need to contact.
All right. Let's see if I can get downtown on Thursday and see if he's still interested in that.
So you don't want me to call him?
No, you can. You can if you want. That'd be fine.
Okay.
And just, you know, tell him that you talked to me. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as I just trying to, as long as I know you're going to do it, I'm not going to walk in there too. That's the only thing that, you know, I'm trying to keep that from happening where, you know, they get 2 or 3 different people walking in there trying to sell a golf tournament package or something to them.
I understand.
I don't think we have that problem.
No. Thank goodness.
But Pete, you're the boots on the ground for this. You have been. You've been incredible.
You've been doing a great job.
But anything else?
Trying to go through my notes real quick.
Has anybody reached out to Jason Thompson?
That name's not ringing a bell, Brian. I'm sorry.
Okay, 'cause, I think if I recall, you had contacted him like late in the game last year, and they weren't able to do anything, but asked to you know call them back with the next for the next tournament.
Who are they, Brian?
A law firm.
Yeah.
You talked with Jason
I
Thompson.
don't remember. I've been reaching out to all.
There's
I
Lee
reached out-
Thompson, but that's Pete's
Yeah,
friend.
that's different. That is different. Yeah.
Hold on.
There's a lot of Thompsons.
Yeah, right. Hold on. I'm gonna check my email, see if I emailed him.
They told me last year that they donated too much to candidates.
Oh, you've got it, Tom?
Well, that's what he told me last year. Big red flag. Yeah.
Okay, so
Brian,
that's not somebody I called.
maybe it would be better if you reached out to him.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to do. I wanted to I wanted to reach out if they had not been reached out to yet.
Yeah.
I have not tried to reach out to him this year. I try to go to easier places than people that turned me down before.
Understood, Tom. That's completely understandable.
Tom, if you had, and forgive me because this may have been on my to-do list, as far as reaching out to our honorary chairman.
I was thinking that Brian or Ryan were doing that.
Well, Brian reached out to him and asked, and he graciously accepted. I feel like the next correspondence needs to come from one of us as chairpersons.
Okay.
Just to reiterate and, kind of ask if he wants to play or if he wants to bring, because I feel like, if he wants to come and play, we should have, I know I have at least a threesome that's going to need a fourth.
Okay.
But
I don't mind reaching out to him, but we'll give him free golf, but not anybody that comes with him, correct?
if he wants to put a team, if he would like to put a team together, then we can do the team at 360.
Okay. Got it.
I know he plays golf because he was just at a tournament earlier this week.
Well, that's what Brian said as well. Said he.
Yeah, he was at the library, the Gwinnett Library tournament on Monday.
But like I said, I have no problem, comping him. But if he, like I said, obviously, and I guess, part of it is obviously we would like for him to encourage his circle of influence to come and play.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't want to come schmooze up next to him?
Right. So I just want to make sure we're clear, and then, again, just, we're kind of getting into the late part of the game, but as far as if he wishes to be involved with, the last few meetings or, whatever, however much or little he wants to be involved. But the big thing is obviously we need somebody to help spread the word and get us some golfers.
Right. Right.
And then of course make the welcome. We'd like him to do the welcome to the golfers that morning. So.
All right. You know the difference
can do that
between a
for me.
golfer. You know the difference between a golfer and a fisherman?
No.
Golfers have money.
When a golfer lies, he doesn't have to bring anything home to prove it.
That's pretty good.
Anything else?
It's true.
It's true. You're right. It's totally true.
Hey, if anybody sees anyone that we should go after, certainly call me. I'm happy to make the call.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I sent a note to Taryn today asking if she had some time to get together and try to start helping with the promos. Making sure we're keeping our commitments to our sponsors. So working on that. Like I said, working on trying to figure out that third big raffle prize. Because that may end up being all we have. I mean, so far I haven't gotten a lot of feedback from folks as far as, wanting to donate stuff other than Alexander's. And the other, right now, our bag sponsor from 2020 isn't our bag sponsor this year. They switched it up and wanted to be the website sponsor, which is great. So we need to find a bag sponsor soon because I'm going to have to order bags.
Okay.
Right.
Because we have bags with an old sponsor on it. So.
Yep. Ideally, we want a cloth or some sort of textile bag, right?
Well, I thought the bags we used last year worked fairly good.
I don't remember. Was it?
Too.
They were
Was
the
it paper?
taller, they were a, I guess, plastic composite. They were kind of a, like a heavy vellum where you could see through them, but they were fairly durable. That was the cheapest option we could find, for the minimum, since we need such a small number.
Right.
Worst case scenario, we use them. What's the matter?
I got about 8 more things to do then I'll finish.
Okay, we're about to be done, so we're good. It's okay. Go do your stuff. So that's in the back of my mind. Certainly that we've got to, starting to think about when we've got to start getting print stuff to print.
I'll look and see if maybe we can. I should have some connections for bag manufacturers. Maybe I can get somebody to turn up something there.
Okay. Like I said, I've got contacts too. Unfortunately, they can't do them for free, but
Right.
But the
All
other
right.
side of it is, like I said, I don't want to buy them if we don't have somebody to cover it. So I thought about, like I said, offering it to Pacific. If Pacific Paper wanted, we would do that as a thank you since they gave us $500. The bag sponsorship's $400.
That seems to make sense with considering what they do.
If we can't find somebody, that would be it'd be nice to do something for him because this is the second year he's given us $500 for nothing in return.
Yeah, I mean, just a straight up donation, which I'm very grateful for. So, like I said, I was looking at that might be an option. Just so, we declare it a sponsorship rather than a donation, but, so yeah.
All right.
But let's see what we can, if we can put our heads together over these next 2 weeks, then, we'll have to start making some final decisions, but we're looking for the big needles in the haystack. I'm going to hope that Gary Martin Hayes. The other one I thought of, and I don't know anybody there, is Tracy Cousineau, real estate. She's based in Lawrenceville. She's based on North Brown Road. I've seen her. I used to be in the same building. Cousin with an EAU. The word cousin and then EAU after it. Tracy Cousineau.
Never reached out to them. Okay.
They do a lot of advertising on the fish, and like I said, she is local. So, thought about her.
Cousineau Law.
Huh?
Cousineau Law.
No, real estate. Tracy.
Estate.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Tracy. So should I ask for Tracy or?
I don't know. I don't know,
Right.
but she's the broker. So.
Good deal.
That's
All
all
right,
I got, guys.
That's all I
All
got.
right.
Anybody have any brilliant ideas? Finer ideas?
If anybody is free this Saturday, I'm going to be down at the Lions Clubhouse painting on the walls. So if you got time, I'll be down there about 10 o'clock.
Sorry, we've got a family engagement.
Pete,
I'm
I
gonna
thought there
find
was
out.
some sort of, I thought.
I
Okay.
get to find out what number 20 is going to be.
Ooh,
And we're off for the weekend too, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Um,
Pete, if you
all
want
right,
to
guys,
find
thanks.
the date, we can all be there.
yeah, if you know, if we can find a date that we can all be there, and then some weekend, we can all be there and we can talk about stuff, at the same time.
Good idea.
Make it a kind of a planning meeting.
Yeah.
There you go.
The following weekend, I think we're open, the 28th.
Do any of you know a real artist, paint by hand?
I don't.
See ya.
I'm just wondering. The reason I ask, the big wall, it would be nice if somebody could paint our Lions logo on that wall. Paint it.
Hold on. I know my camera isn't big enough.
Yeah, I know you said you got that. But just thinking outside the box too.
Well, in my
Well,
experience, if you have it hand painted, it's not gonna look, it's never gonna be quite right. I bought a giant Lions emblem from the Lions store.
Yeah, that looks good.
But my thought is we could do it in vinyl and
Right.
stick it to the wall.
May I make a
That's
suggestion?
good.
We have all of this collateral at Pete's garage. Some of it could go up on the wall, at least one piece. And then when we need it, take it down and use it.
Well, I agree with you that, there's wall space to be had. My concern is that since we really, I have to assume that space can be rented at any time by anyone.
Right. Correct.
So I would be a bit hesitant to put, the paper awards and stuff, if we frame those, I don't think anybody would care. If we have anything that, of any sentimental value, I would be a little more concerned. But that being said, I really don't think right now the city is highly advertising that the space is available.
Right.
So
that could change, but right now
it could change. But I think before we start putting holes in the wall or sticking anything on the walls, we just need to make sure that the city's okay with it.
Absolutely. That's not a hard thing to
no, because I'm gonna have to take the rent check over to them. So I can certainly have that conversation.
Yeah, and to be clear, what I was talking about were the vinyl banners that we have. I know Pete has a couple of them. At least. And that would be just putting one up there as a way to store it and keep it in mind the next time we have an event.
And
like we could have one Saturday.
Right. And isn't there stuff that you can stick to the wall that doesn't involve putting a hole in the wall?
Yes.
There's things that they advertise around Christmas time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, lots of solutions. They're called command strips for the most part.
That's I couldn't think of the exact word.
Yeah, we got plenty of choices for that.
But like I said, something that, there's enough companies, and I have friends that do that sort of stuff that, can take any image and turn it into a giant vinyl sticker, that would make it look hand painted, but a lot cleaner, neater, and easier to put on and take off. I say it's easy. Vinyl can be a pain, but But like I said, something like that, we could even, like I said, it just really depends on how much wiggle room we have with the city as far as being able to decorate.
Yeah.
If they don't care, I would love to see a quote from Helen Keller along one of the top, one side of the wall or something. There's
think
things
that's
we
awesome.
could do that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Man, that would be, shouldn't we have a banner with that?
So, like I said, there's a lot of things we could do. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves if the city comes in and says, "Oh, thanks for painting. Please don't hang anything up."
Yeah. You guys, I need to end. I've got to make a couple phone
I do
calls
too.
for work.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
one side note. You know that bank, your tail twister bank
yes.
that
You got
that you didn't think had anything in it.
Yeah. Cool.
Looks like we got enough for 2 or 3 months of rent.
What?
I had to get
how much?
tweezers. I was putting pencils, like it was all the dollar bills were stuck in the nooks and crannies of that bank, and I'm like trying to get the money out of it.
Guys, I hate to do this, but I have to go.
Guys, have a good night.
All right.
Thanks for
Good
everything,
night,
guys.
y'all.
When's
Bye.
our next meeting? When's our next meeting?
17th of, what
Next
is it?
Tuesday.
21st
Next
of
Tuesday.
September. Oh, next Tuesday,
Yeah, our visitor is the Jennifer with Gwinnett Habitat for Humanity.
I meant the next golf meeting.
September 21st.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for asking, Don. I should have brought that up earlier. All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Have a
Good
good
night.
evening.
All right, good night.
Severe coronary artery disease. Coronary artery disease versus congestive heart failure. Sprout. 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 What if we call it a donation instead of a sponsorship?
So powerful to me that I realized that I want to study them. This mushroom is known as reishi or ling chi, the mushroom of immortality. And it's one of the most amazing and interesting mushrooms that we've ever found. This mushroom helps the immunity of only people with bees. Up this hill here, we have a quarter section of property, 160 acres, and we have a large mycological experiment. We planted 33,000 trees, half with mycorrhizal fungi, half with roots, half without. This is year 9. So we are putting into an Excel spreadsheet, or have put in 1,100 trees to compare the treatments. I came into a chunk of change with licensing one of my patents. And so when the political climate in the United States changed to be adverse to environmentalists, we bought land in Canada. I think the fact thing didn't come up.
on a conventional academic pathway. It's part of the reason he's just willing to really explore ideas that are not on anyone else's radar. I'm really honored that I discovered a few things that no one else has yet discovered. So I have now 5 patents on entomopathogenic fungi. These are fungi that affect insects and in particular termites. The biggest problem in the commercialization of biopesticides for fungi has been the spore repellency property. The insects avoid the spores of these fungi. In fact, so concerned are termites that if a worker goes out and encounters this fungus, when the worker returns back to the nest, guards will capture that worker that's infected with these spores, take the worker to a graveyard, and they cut off the worker's head, and then the 2 guards commit suicide. They try to protect the queen and the nest of the colony infection. And I discovered something that no one else had ever reported in the scientific literature. Biological switch with delayed sporulation, and then the insects were not repelled, but they were super attractive, which means one finds the fungus now and others follow. They end up being a Trojan horse. The same fungi now taken past the guards, given to the queen feeds it to the brood, the whole colony becomes like mummified with mycelium, whoosh, the whole colony is infected and dies. And then the spore repellency properties protects your house from subsequent invasions. This is a huge discovery. And then I tried it with carpenter ants, with fire ants, fungus gnats, and then mosquitoes. And now we're working with bed bugs, and we've had successes across the board. The entire ecosystem is infused with fungi. So I see these deep reservoirs of the ecology all around us.
In a world of invention, the answer to our greatest problems may be hiding right under our feet.
There are mushrooms that have been used in Western medicine. Penicillin, for example, is a really effective antibiotic. Before it was synthesized during the Civil War, when a soldier would get wounded, they'd slap a piece of moldy bread on his wound to benefit from those antibiotic properties, so he wouldn't get an infection.
Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1927. The problem was that they couldn't find strains that could be commercialized, that could produce enough of it in a commercially economic fashion. We fast forward, and in 1942, a group of researchers in Chicago went shopping, and a lab assistant found a cantaloupe that was rotting with a beautiful golden bowl. And from that strain, we got the first hyper-producing strain of penicillin. Penicillin literally saved tens of thousands of soldiers' lives. The Brits had this, but the Germans, the Japanese did not. It's been suggested that the discovery of this hyper-producing strain of penicillin was a significant influence in bringing World War II. Alexander Fleming then received the Nobel Prize in 1945 in recognition of the huge impact that penicillin had on human health.
Reversing heart disease. Mhm. Oh. There's only two that could work. We'll figure that sooner or later. You know, All right. Here. Upstairs.